Hello everybody, this is a thank you video going out to Aaron Pynn. I was fortunate enough to win his recent contest, and on Thursday my prize arrived. I haven't had a chance until now to open it, but I wanted to show it before I did. As you can see, it's from Aaron to me, and obviously from Canada, small packet, petite, whatever. French is not our second language in the United States. I'll let you figure out what it is. But I'm very grateful for this, and so I thought I'd open it up, and then I'll probably cut till after I've had the opportunity to check out the package for myself, watch everything. But the prize, for those of you who didn't know, there we go, Newfoundland. Let's see if I have to edit this. Hi Tim, thanks for entering the contest. Sorry this one took so long. I just figured that it was delayed at the border, you know, with Canada and America being at war and all. I didn't blame Aaron for this. Hope you get a lot of enjoyment out of it, like I did. Your great video. Cheers, Aaron. That's very kind of him. And for, like I said, those who didn't know, the prize was Jean-Luc Godard's Breathless, which I'm ashamed to say I've never seen. It's been on my to-see list forever. This is, of course, a Criterion edition. I don't particularly collect Criterions. I have some, but it's just more sort of happenstance that they've made their way into my collection. And there's many of them that I'd like to get that I don't actually have. But what I will be doing now is probably stopping this video. You can see that he was looking out for his subscribers. He got an edition with the Blu-ray and DVD in case the winner couldn't watch one or the other. But I'll be stopping the video, and I'm hoping in the not too distant future I will watch this and the extras and then complete this video and post it, hopefully in a matter of days. And so till then, I'm going to pause this, and I should be right back in YouTube time. There is an old Yiddish proverb that says, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. This video is a bit later than I had hoped it would be. I filmed the intro a day or two after receiving my prize from Aaron Pynn. And apparently that was almost 2 years ago. I'm going to probably run a list right now of all my excuses so I don't have to verbally list them out. Now that that's out of the way, I wanted to give my thoughts on the prize, the really awesome prize that Aaron sent me a very long time ago. And just a reminder, even though you'll have the intro I originally filmed, so you've just seen it, the prize was This copy of Breathless by Jean-Luc Godard, and it is a Criterion release, and great package. Comes with an interesting book. Aaron was nice enough to order a copy that had both Blu-ray and DVD, in case the prize winner didn't have one or the other, as I said earlier. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about the film. This is a film I've wanted to see for literally decades. I mean, I was afraid that, after probably 40 years of hype, I'd be disappointed. And that wasn't the case. I'm not sure I'm as enamored with it as many people are, as Aaron apparently is, but there is a lot to love about this film. It is a film that was French film that was made in 1959, released in 1960, and stars Jean-Paul Belmondo and Jean Sebring. I'm sure I'm massacring that, but this was his major film breakthrough. She was an American actress from Iowa who had been discovered in a giant talent search by Otto Preminger, and then made two massive, critically panned films with him. So this was her first big success as well, though she was well known at the time. And there's a lot about this film worth checking it out for. The film is Godard was originally a film critic, but from what I've read and heard, he really didn't differentiate between a filmmaker and a film critic. For him, it was one comment on the other. And so this film, what strikes you most, or struck me most, is it's very self-aware. The techniques of filmmaking are manipulated in it. It's not self-absorbed, it's not pretentious, it's just very conscious that it is a film. It's a new take on the film noir. There's a lot of homage to that genre and the people who went before, with Godard's spin on it. Probably for me the weakest part, which is strange, is the story. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the story, but it's there to serve, for me at least, it's there to serve everything else about the movie. The two stars are just mesmerizing. Belmondo has a face that, while not classically handsome, just grabs your attention, draws you to him, and really is the thing that struck me most about the film. Even though she's an incredibly beautiful woman, I found myself just watching his expressions, his slightest eye movements. There is a very appealing soundtrack to it, a jazzy soundtrack, that by the time I had watched it a second time, because I wanted to refresh myself, so before filming this I rewatched it again, is a great jazz kind of soundtrack, and both of the stars have sort of their own themes, but sometimes the riff gets a bit repetitive throughout the film. And I don't know. For me, Breathless doesn't. Even though what's considered innovative about this film, one of the major things considered innovative is the editing, the jumping jump cuts where the filmmaker doesn't worry that you can't follow what's happening, it can even be within the same scene. But that's what I'm talking about. The film manipulates, or the director manipulates the film, and so you're aware it's a film experience. At least I was, and that's probably what pulled me out of the story a little. But the story is secondary because it's your basic film noir, bad man, on the run, the dame, who turns out to be a bit of a femme fatale, though you wouldn't expect it. She's a real enigma throughout the film, and you're never quite sure what her motivations are. And I think I would agree with the Michelle character played by Belmondo that she's basically cowardly, and he says it quite a few times throughout the film. And her final decision to me is a cowardly act, a cop-out, so that she didn't have to make a commitment. I don't want to spoil any of the story. I mean, the movie's over 50 years old, but I hadn't seen it, so I'm sure there's others who haven't watched it. It's black and white. It's shot through a special process, so there were no lights used. But the thing that strikes me about the title Breathless, for all the jump cutting and everything, it's not a fast-paced film. It's not slow by any means, but I mean, there's one scene that's about 25 minutes, I think, that is just the two of them in a hotel room talking, and a lot of it is him running around trying to recover some money so he can get out of town, and the rest of it is him trying to get her to run off to Rome with him. The characters are interesting, not because so much of how well written they are. It's their motivations that are interesting. It's like Arrested Development. He's like a kid. He sees something he wants, and he takes it, and he doesn't care how he takes it. And but he also is charming, a way a child can be charming when they're caught with their hand in the cookie jar. So if he wants a woman, he'll manipulate the woman. If he wants a car, he takes the car. And you can tell that he's had a history too, so he's done other things. And one of the things that's frustrating to him is, first, he's chasing the money that he wants and he can't get it. But the other is he wants Patricia, the female lead character, to go with him to Rome, and she's not giving him a yes. She's not caving in to his every maneuver or manipulation, and you can tell that frustrates him and fascinates him. So the dynamics between the two characters, her giving off this strange mystery about what she's all about. She's working for a newspaper while waiting to start college. She's 20 years old, waiting to start college at the Sorbonne, and she's about to start her life. Her parents are paying for school, and she meets this bad boy who basically is obsessed with, I would say, gangster movies, especially Humphrey Bogart, that culture. He wears the fedora, he does Bogart's signature move with the lips, and he constantly chain smokes throughout the film. I don't think you rarely see him without a cigarette. But the movie, even though it's an interesting experience for me, having watched a lot of films and then now drifted away. I haven't watched a lot of films in the last few years. There was a time when I could watch, 5 in a day, or literally 15 plus over a weekend when I was younger, and read constantly about films and filmmaking. Started film school before my money ran out, where you can analyze everything that's going on, and you can see the influences on Godard, and you can also see why this is such a seminal film, that it has had an effect on films since its release in 1960. I'm not going to go into, like I said, a big, long detail. There's a great book, essays and such. That's one of the things I think everybody loves about the Criterion sets, is they put together a great package. I mean, there's a ton of extras, documentaries and such, interviews at the time. It would have been nice if there was an interview with Godard, but there's so much stuff you can't complain. I spent today watching all the extras again and then rewatching the film. So, as far as films go, it's a classic. As far as prizes go, it's an awesome prize that I'm ashamed it took me 2 years to post this thank you video. I'm not sure what more I can say. It's a film you're going to have to experience. I think it'll affect different people differently. If you just like being sucked into the film, and you don't like you want the film to be as the filmmaking process to be as oblique, and you want to be unaware of it, you might have problems with the film. But I would say give it a chance, and I think if you do, you might appreciate the way the filmmaker uses the techniques to comment on film, some of the inside stuff, and then once you've watched the extras and go back, you'll find even more when you're watching it the second time. But with that said, I'm glad I finally made this. I truthfully just have no excuse. The list was just a joke, but I have a habit of between my health and my depression, putting stuff off, and the longer I put it off, the harder it is for me to finish what I know I have to do. And it grows to the point where I had to stop making videos and comments on other people's channels because I felt like I had to finish this video first, and then I stopped watching Aaron's videos for quite a while. I mean, it got ridiculous. So now I'm hopefully allowed to start watching Aaron's videos. And I don't think I'll ever get caught up because, I mean, he's made a lot of videos in the last 2 years. And I couldn't find how many subscribers he's up to now. I tried looking on the thing. I mean, this was for his 350, so I've got to believe he's surpassed that. His videos are excellent. So, thank you for listening to this ramble. Thank you for listening to this thank you. And I guess that's the timer telling me I've been talking too long. So once again, thank you to Aaron. And I'm sorry, stay safe, be well, God bless.